Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Winback, and on today's episode of Heroes of the Storm, we are going to be playing Falstad in our A through Z playthrough, and I am fairly certain he's still bugged, some sort of slow mechanic on his W, if we're taking that stacking talent, so we're not gonna do that. But Birdman did get a recent rework in his talents, so he's pretty fucking OP right now, all things included. So, it's a YouTube video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe your heart out. And let's talk about Warhead Junction and the team comps. We've got Tassadar, Falstad, Whitemane, Zul'jin, Dehaka versus Abathur, Lili, Vala, Leoric, and Kira. Now, I am way too aggressive here with the Falstad play, but that being said, it's kind of how I play everything, so don't be surprised. If you're not familiar with the build, we're going to take auto attack for Falstad this time around because whacking people with autos is a lot of fun with this character, and it's been recently buffed, so it's even better than it was now. We've got Frequent Flyer at 1. At level 4, we're taking Hammer Gains. 7 is Secret Weapon. 10 will be the Mighty Gust. 13, Sustained Winds. 16, I believe... I think this one's kind of up to you, but we'll say Airy Gusts. And then 20... would end up either being Nexus Frenzy or Wind Tunnel. Wind Tunnel obviously being an extremely strong upgrade, so that's how that works. If you're not familiar with the way that Falstad's abilities work now with his mini rework, your Q, Hammering, throws out a hammer that is going to fly out and deal damage on both the outward and the return, and that is also going to slow people. Oh, can't see it now because it's been flung. It's going to slow people by 25% when it hits them. Not only that, but with the recent rework for Falstad, he is going to be able to reactivate the Q button, have it explode like it did with the old talent Boomerang, and do some additional damage there. The explosion does less damage than it used to because balance needs, but still pretty good. Your W is called Lightning Rod. Lightning Rod is on a 13-second cooldown, and it is probably the most damaging ability in Falstad's kit. Even more so, I would say, than his... Shock and Awe, alt, what the fuck is it called? Hinterland Blast, I remembered. But your W is a point and click, you just drop it on someone, the damage is going to keep ticking over a period of time and in a leash range, dealing 125 damage at the start, and then 88 damage per second for 4 seconds while we're close to the target. This also does 100% increased damage to minions and mercenaries, making camps really, really easy for Falstad, as long as someone's there to kind of block for him. Kira is trying desperately to land an E on me, and all we're doing is really fidgeting back and forth, so as long as I don't get baited like a moron into fighting her, I think we'll be okay. Now, okay, well, I just, you know, that was a taste of what you shouldn't do. And now we're just going to walk back forward, and I'm going to show you one more time how not to fight Kira. So it's really simple. All you have to do is nothing that I just did there. So, you're welcome. Anyway, our E is our only escape. Well, I guess one of two, which is good news, because Barrel Roll is going to dash you forward and give you a shield, which is really simple, but really, really, really strong and effective. It's a movement tool. It is an offensive repositioning tool if you need to get in places, and it gives you a shield if you're ever in certain danger of dying to maybe like a dot, or some really slow traveling projectile that is only going to get absorbed by the shield. So, certainly good stuff. It's really kind of all-purpose in what it can do, and it makes killing Falstad really, really frustrating as long as the person using the ability knows what they're doing with it. Now, Falstad's trait is kind of weird. Tailwind is going to give him 15% movement speed after not taking damage for 6 seconds. That is because Falstad does not have a mount, and Falstad's mount is instead the flight button. So when we hit a Z, we have a huge radius that we can go, not completely global, but very large, and we will fly to the location instead of having to walk our happy asses over there, or, you know, mounting over there, which is, both of them are very good. Mounted people get the... you know, the positive impact of being able to mount in team fights. Falstad obviously gets to be crossing large distances. Oof. The shield stopped the nuke, I think. I either dodged the nuke or the shield completely stopped the nuke, which is really weird. But global presence, Falstad, obviously that's the way that we do things. It is super strong. I don't want to get hit by another Kira, E, or any damage from that crazy Abathur stemmed up lady. I'm actually still going to kill myself. She's Abathur headed. I am going to die. I'm just dead. We're both dead because I can't do any damage. If I get anywhere near her, she's just going to hit me and kill me, and it's going to be terrible. My healer hopefully will top me off, and then I can... Here it is. This is what we do. We want to hit our lightning rod on her. Don't let her get any sort of latch for the spins so she can go invulnerable, and everything turns out better than expected. Even though it took two of us with less than 10% mana to kill a single Kira with an Abathur hat, it eventually did happen. Now, your build, your talent with Falstad, some things that are worth mentioning is that Frequent Flyer has replaced the Seasoned Marksman, where you used to have to get a bunch of stacks for Seasoned Marksman from minions, and then you get an attack speed bonus. Now, the stacks are just giving you bonus attack damage, and you get the increased attack speed immediately by hitting your 1 key, which is amazing and really important, and helps you do a lot of damage, especially with your secret weapon, once we take that talent. But it is 40% attack speed, and we're going to get Tailwind for 5 seconds, which means 40% attack speed and 15% movement speed. Fucking awesome. Makes us mobile, makes us quick, makes us the hoppin' Birdman that we all know and love. We've picked up the Mighty Gust at 10, and if you're not aware what Mighty Gust does, it is a huge knockback. I guess you could call it a push, but I mean, whatever it does, it's going to displace people, and it is going to slow them down by 40% that decays over the duration. Oh, she wants me. We're trying to stay in range of the lightning tether, but she eventually whipped onto us and now has decided she's made a mistake. Turns out there's still a building there, and if you gust someone into the building and watch them die slowly, they're going to panic press their ult, and it's going to be hilarious. I promise that was completely planned. I knew exactly what I was doing the whole time. Anyway, your build, again, so since we're starting with Frequent Flyer, most of our attacks are going to be auto-attack based. Most of our talents are going to be auto-attack based, but that increased basic attack damage is really going to stack us into the late game quite hard. Oh, I remember this. This is going to upset me, isn't it? This is Slug Boy moving way faster than I thought he was going to, and taking basically no damage from the nuke. So he was on the very tip of the lightning rod range. So that embarrassing death brought to you in part by not knowing the range of your abilities. Anyway, big black hole trying to disengage from the team fight while also still engaging into the team fight. I need to come up here and try and save this building with my fly. We're going to land in just a moment. Kira is going to run because that is what you should be doing. It's really kind of sad that that character has such a reliance on skill shots in her kit, because I think that is most of the reason that she's not played much. Kira can like dumpster people if she's landing abilities, but a lot of really good players know how to dodge a lot of those kinds of abilities, unlike myself, and will put her in her place pretty easily. She did get the cleanse, making her ult unstoppable, but we're still going to kill her. She's going to trade 1-for-1 on the Dahaka, so that is not the best thing in the world, but the bottom fort did fall down at some point while we were just up here soaking away, and the enemy team has yet to do anything about it. I don't believe that their Abathur took the mule. He did not. No mule from the Abathur, so we can just leave these buildings up all day long. He's gonna die. Yeah, that's some secret weapon damage right there. Oh my god. So hammer gains hasn't really changed from what Falstad was. It's just some auto attack sustain, which is really helpful. But secret weapon is going to increase Hammerang's range by 30%, and basic attacks deal 90% bonus damage while the hammer is in flight. Now, I used to never take this because Boomerang was on this tier and I needed that to clear waves, but now that Boomerang is more or less baseline, having the secret weapon damage is stupid good. Ooh. You're welcome for the gust, and the black hole is going to stop the Kira ult. She's going to continue walking forward for some reason while I give Vala the business with my 204 damage. Auto attacks. Now the lightning rod on the Lili. Can we get another kill? Doesn't look like it. Fantastic play from our white main, keeping herself alive with the assistance of the gust and the black hole. Really just fantastic ult usage all around. Canceling the Kira ult, slapping everybody into the wall, healing a whole bunch of stuff with the damage ult that I really don't like, but it is, you know, up to player preference. So do what you gotta do. It did its job there for sure. Now, the rest of the build, it's not really different, I would say. I mean, Falstad still has a manner of giant killer. So it's called Sustained Winds, and then basic attacks are going to deal 1.5% of the hero's max health, and that goes up to 2% while Tailwind is active. And if you remember, when we hit our 1 key, we get Tailwind for 5 seconds. On top of that, we have 40% move speed, so 40% move speed, 5 seconds of Tailwind is a shitload of percentage damage. Not to mention, if your hammer is out during that, you're just going to explode people out of their diapers. So, I mean, they're going to shit their pants is what the point I was trying to make. Anyway, it's good. It's really just huge damage, but it's not a very involved talent apart from that. If your trade is up and you're hitting heroes, it's going to hurt a lot more than it would if you were just regularly hitting heroes. If your trade is up and your hammer is out, they're basically dead. So that's how that works. And then your 16, I really don't know how this this talent works, or this talent tier works anymore. I used to take Airy Gusts because I liked to have the cooldown reduction on my W, but I'm not building that, so I guess it's still pretty good to have that because the movement speed for the 25% and the activation reduction, yeah, I'm going to say Airy Gusts is still good. I ended up picking Crippling Hammer for the 50% slow. The explosion also slows for 50%. I mean, that seems real good still. 50% is pretty nuts, but I don't know. That's probably just me not knowing the talents enough, but I think both Airy Gust and Crippling Hammer work really good with this build. So, oh my god, do we need to come around the backside for a flank? I don't want to fly in. I'm a little bit spooked about what's going on right now. We did lose our Zul'jin to a Vala trade, and turns out Kira's going to ult forward. We're going to have to save our white main with the Gust. Kira missing her E as Leoric gets blown to pieces. Nothing else Kira can do except stand there and wait to die because she's not going to be healed in any form or fashion by the Lili in a way that's going to save her life. So, nailed it. We currently have 34 extra attack damage on our auto attacks, which is, I mean, not great, but not terrible. 34 is 34. Nice. At 20 coming up, we've got the pretty sure wind tunnel. It always makes sense to me if I'm taking Gust, which is 99.9999 repeating percent. Wind tunnel's just better. If you ever manage to find a wall and a bunch of enemies, and then you gust them, they're just going to get slapped into that wall over and over again. And it's basically a stun that lasts for, 4 full seconds. I mean, they just cannot get away. Easy boss take. Nice trading aggro there. Hopefully we're looking to end the game, but Dahaka is just not doing any of the things to help with us. Gust her backwards. She also got tongued during that gust. Ooh! That black hole was absolutely clutch. Oh my god. I died. So did Tassadar. Everything's weird, and Leoric is marching across our entire team, but he is trapped in 3 people, and white main healing is disgusting, again, while Vala tries to deal with the boss by herself. Looks like it's only going to get about a wall because that team fight did not go the way that I envisioned that it would. We weren't 20. It's probably our fault for even trying to fight there, but at the same time, when your teammate walks forward really hard and does Jahaka things, and then almost kills himself, it's like, do I help him? he seems to be okay. Anyway, he's killing the monstrosity, or trying to at least, which I can approve of, because fuck that talent. I hate split-pushing Abathurs, split-pushing Gazlows, split-pushing people. It's just pass. Asmodan has become the new split-push supreme, and he's starting to get some notoriety in the higher levels of play, which is a bit... The monstrosity didn't die, so here I am to try and kill it with my bird damage, and Leoric is here as well. Oh my god. Alright. Turns out, I wasn't looking at the map, and the enemy team was doing that camp. So... we'll just chalk up another one to the embarrassing death column for this game, and the fact that I do not like playing the hot new heroes, which is Falstad. Because I'm a hipster, and I don't know why. My brain is like this, but, you know, whatever. Huge! Oh my god, the black hole smashing people into the Divine Reckoning. No one dies except Leoric, but still extremely beautiful. Well, I guess there's this going on as well. Ooh, pop in the neck. Good stuff. Dahaka just playing his own game at this point. It's Zerg versus Terran in the StarCraft universe, and he is role-playing out of his mind. Turns out he's going to go top now instead of trying to end the game with a 21-19 advantage and a Leoric dead, and nobody here really to stop us. So Zul'jin's on the core. There goes the nuke, dropping a shitload of percentage there. There's a catapult down on the bottom side that you can see, and there is really no way for them to stop this from happening unless Lily started blinding Zul'jin right away, and she was obviously too distracted by the rest of my team to do anything about it, so... nailed it. Dahaka is still top, clearing a camp. You have to wonder sometimes if those people are like surprised that the game is over when they're making their decisions. You're like, oh, I guess we won. But whatever, you're welcome. Mostly you can thank Tassadar and Whitemane for that victory, because I certainly wasn't doing anything. Not even remotely. Oh, he didn't finish his headhunter. Not Dave. Must be Terry. Maybe Jim? Could be Bill. Definitely not Dave. Anyway, the talents again are going to be Frequent Flyer, Hammer Gains, Secret Weapon, Mighty Gust, Sustained Winds, Crippling Hammer, Wind Tunnel at 20. It is really good to see this character get some love, because his talent tiers, his talent tree was very non-diverse prior to his rework, so it's good to see him where he is, getting all sorts of attention. Really OP right now. Hope they fix the W bug with the slows, because that sucks, but here we are. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Phoenix the Laser Supreme shall be back, and we'll do things. Bye.